Hello, good morning. So let's start our malware analysis again. Okay, so we just like pick up where we stopped last time. So if you still remember, like on our VM, and then we try to work on our advanced static analysis, and we introduce one new application. It's called the Cutter. Okay, so if some of you if you didn't install the VM completely, or if you miss this application, so you can try to download it or install it, or if you do have it, then you're totally fine. Okay, and before I start, because this one I just restore the image, and also be careful, like for today's work, also we are going to execute the files. Okay, so be careful and try to take a snapshot. Okay, and just make sure all the virus detections, they're all off. Okay, and if we just pick up, so for the first one is just drop out, like download from the URL, and then we try to like load it and open it from the, using the cutter. And I will later also I will post the common assignment, so including like the first part would be the dropper, and then second would be if you see in the files we have another one, and then called a stage 0. So that one will be the you're going to investigate. Okay, so that's what we need to do. And if we like say if you remember last time we like look at the main, and then we use really useful function is graph, and then look at the graph and seeing the flow, and then for this I drop like try to download the from the URL, actually including like some like we'll realize that okay, for this malware you try to check the internet open. Okay, and then they maybe try to create the files, and after they're able to successfully connection, then they will try to receive it. So here's the here's the flow, and then if we go to the decompiler, so there's some like example source code, so we'll see. So the after they convert to the decompiler. So as we say, because for this one we doing we revise engineering, it doesn't guarantee like 100% exactly same the language. So if you look at the question too, like I will ask you what this type of language is using, or some like basic information you need to answer. So you're easily to like see all this information from the overview dashboard. Okay, and then there's some contents. So I just like before of your start, and or before we move on to next stage, I have to like make sure of you already install the cutter, and I will give you the time. So and try to help us save the time. So or you can do it later, because I know some students they're watching video. So I just like telling you, if you let me close it. Okay, so before I recap a little bit, so we quickly recap, and then once we move on to for today's lab, so we're going to the lab, and then just like before we copy, then I need to change it. So we go to our tool one, static analysis. So here's the malware we're going to do is like the malware stage 0 like .exe. So you need to go to check it. So using very similar format. So we need to, you can put wherever you like purpose for like better demonstration. So I will just like working, so I just put it in the desktop. Okay, and before we really actually like execute it, so we have to do several things. First thing is like try to disable the internet connection. So remember, okay, so before this step, if you have not yet disable or take a snapshot, remember to take a snapshot. And before that, also you can before moving out, I would like to introduce one more application you can download. So it's called a Process Hacker tool. So you can download it. Let me post it right here. You can search it right here inside. Okay. And then before I change the code, change it, then let me allow the internet connection so I can show you the page. It's called Process Hacker 2. So if you search it or use the link, let me go back. So process is got the source function is right here. So you can download it and then install it. Okay. So if you already like it takes up, it's a really small program, so you can install it like pretty quick. Okay, and then we are going to use it. And then also there's a one we're going to use, if you remember, like we do in the build for the transition, like for going to our next week would be advanced like dynamic analysis. If you remember, we will use the TCP view. So just like make sure if you have the TCP view this program. Okay, so remember because we need to go to observe, and then I will to show you something. So remember if you want to check that, try to make sure if you have the TCP view. And then if you say, let's say I don't have it, actually there's a um uh called a system internal section. This one will including all of them. So you can, I just show you from right here from the website, but of course you need to access like system internal section. So you can download the whole files. Okay, so once you download it, I just like put it right here. Okay, so I download the whole zip files and after I unzip it, so it contains all different type files. And what we're going to use this one is they call a TCP view. Okay, so that's if you in case you don't have it or in our previous like basic dynamic analysis, this will be used. If you have not yet do it, remember, okay, try to download this one. Just make sure of you have all those like basic required to, and then we can move on. Okay, so actually for this one, for the malware stage still, actually we talk about the process injector, like it's an injection. For this one, if we're going to execute, okay, before I move on, I have to be careful because I need to turn off the net connection, and then make sure because for the setting, I try to see if the Windows Defender, because I don't want to let it block any action. Okay, so it's off. Good. Okay, so for this stage, of course, like we will perform some basic static analysis. So because I try to just like save the time, also to help you to have some exercise. So I will let you. Okay, so if you remember like what we're going to do, maybe you can use the virus to check the MD5, etc. And then also if you remember, you can use the false okay string to get all those information if you pretty similar to the like dropper. So if you drop a, we have some certain keywords, right? So or like some information, sentence, strings, or all these things using like they'll try to open the URL or like download from it. So that's what we're looking for. So in the lab time, actually I will give you some time to do that. And then for this one, I try to like skip it pretty quick. So I believe like for some like basic static analysis, so you should able to handle it. So I just let you do it. But also in the report, you have to like do a screenshot and then show me what's the output. So if you, in case you forgot, this is called the flaws. Okay, so you can use that called the flaws. Okay, so you can use it. So if you not quite remember, or like you can chase back to our previous. Just letting you know, I already upload all the videos to the YouTube, and then I'll try to make it like upgoing, like being updated much like in same week. Okay, because I know some of students they didn't go to the car recording, they shouldn't car recording to check it. So that's why I try to upload it to YouTube like more regularly. Okay. Here's like once you ready and prepare out for the setup, and we will change it to amazing to execution. Okay, and right here, if you because I just like jumped a little bit, so just like let you know earlier, for this malware, they change actually is like it's called a process injector. So it will open the thread, okay, process and the thread, and then it will try to connect listen to a port, okay, and like checking for network and then try to receive. Okay, so if the server side is send a command, so it will like create the thread process. Okay, so so that's what we're going to observe. And before we execute, I would like to show you. So in this part, it slightly overlap with our dynamic analysis, but because it will better showing the content, so I just leave it right here. So this one is the TCP. Let me enlarge the whole screen. Okay. Okay. So this one is the TCP view, and then just quickly jump to the folder C, and then we go to user and then public. Okay, so we try to observe there are two things. So if I once, okay, if you not yet take a snapshot, then remember take a snapshot and then try not to allow the change the network adapter to host only. Okay, and after you unsave it, and we're going to execute. Okay, let's see. Also should be version history. Put it back. Okay, so if this file, okay, I will restore it. So if you try to execute file, actually it will be create a file. So you see under your C public folder, so it will have like a read. Okay, so this exe, so actually it's the name, and then if you quickly like if look at the TCP view, and then let me try to restore it one more time because it already injected, so it doesn't matter. Let me go to the left and then sip it one more time. And when I execute, you need to pay attention and then observe. Okay. Okay. So you see, just like you see this application like reports.exe, TCP, and connect to our local host, and it's gone. But you see there's localhost port, right? So later we need to based on the port, because like in every time sometimes depends on your system. Okay, so we need to change it. So later we execute, then we need to use in the ANCAT. So if you remember, then we can try to like listen to the port and see what kind of input. Okay, and let me restore back to my snapshot. Don't save. Okay, so why not just restore back first, and if we opened this stage, there's one thing I would like to introduce. You will see is try to like connect with the internet open function. So and then you pass certain parameter, and then we will check those assembly or assembly language, how we like actually working. So if you're interested, you also can like search for this page, and later we can show you what kind of parameter is passing in. Okay, and then let me restore back and open. So if for the student, if you're following, try to do like taking the steps. Okay, so you um you can like do some basic analysis later. Okay, and if you're following, then you can just like follow the step I'm doing. Okay, let me pull up the robot, and then let me change it to the host only, because I have this image, so I changed to host only. And let's see, because I stay in this page, and Windows Defender, I try to make sure that Windows Defender, they are not executing. Okay, let's see here. And Windows Defender service, and we bought the service. Okay. Okay, so when I already roll back, so just like reminding one more time. So remember, just connect. So I will go to the forward. Okay, so as what we introduced, we have the cutter. We have the cutter, and this time we're going to open the file. It's called malware stage 0.exe. So we were doing the same open, and then using the by default settings like auto analysis, and we can press OK. Okay, so once you open it, of course, like in the beginning, you see some like overviews, like basic information. Okay, you see that was a format PE, and then the class like PE32. So if you remember, we're using PE32 to do inspection, and then the type is exe file, executable files, and then using language is C. Okay, so you get all these like basic information, and then the hash. Okay, and mainly for this cutter we use really useful, and also we try to looking for a certain like endpoint, or right here you see all the libraries and then they're using like calling the library, and we try to look for the one like after we change it, and then we mainly want to find that is the main files, and based on those main file, then we're looking for the source. Okay, and let me change it to the exe file that I can show you. And also we will use the graph files, and then also we were using the compiler, but this one is yeah, so we try to let me change it to a exe. So I will show you one more is after I change the extension to exe. Okay, so once I change the extension to exe, of the space, because sometimes the files they just disappear. Okay, and then I will open the cutter one more time. Open the exe file, and also we can execute and then using the cutter to doing the analysis. Okay, so you see right here it's just like same like no matter you change it or malware analysis. Okay, so you have all these like contents, and then we like go to the looking for the other, so you will see all these contents like maybe content libraries and maybe some other non functional code. So all these will be right here exist. And mainly for this application, like is doing of course you need to like compare with it. And in this main this stage application is like, okay, so we were able to find actually this called the internet open a commission, and then when we look at their the assembly language, so it was passing several parameters, and those like you see like they pushing the parameters like to those that register. So and all those that when they push it, then this is how they load into in it's a low level language how they load it. Okay, and because I know some let me see, we have right now we have other 3 more students. I'm not sure if you're following taking step or just watching it. So but I would like to like if you are watching, I would like to see if you are following the steps or like try to do it. Then I would like to see your progress or like how everything going.
I have Cutter downloaded and I have the
Mhm.
malware. It's stage 0, yeah. Um,
Okay, good.
but I think my graph looks different than what I'd previously seen, what you'd shown last class, unless it was a different file. I can't quite remember.
Yes,
I thought,
yeah,
thought it was the same file.
yeah, because it's the different files, so that's why it looks different. Let me open one more time because I just close it.
Okay, yeah, because I
Okay,
was
yeah.
I'd gone to the main, like you
Mhm.
had said last time.
Yes, it will be right here. So if you open, last time we checking the droppers, and
Oh, okay.
the dropper. So this is the file we check, and then if you look at the dropper, because that one will be the entry. Okay, so if you go to entry, and then if you check the maybe the graph will be look like this, right? So here's the structure. So because using a graph is like when they doing those that assembly, we say they have a non-conditional like jump. Okay, they will go to a certain section and then maybe try to initialize. And I'm going to show you the main is the main right. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, right here. Okay, so in the main, if you check your main graph, so actually this part like sometimes when you see like if you can when you observe more and then you find the patterns pretty similar because you when we look in the step like we have EVP, so the base pointer step pointer. So and then sometimes when we try to load the machine data right here and then we're like pushing the parameters. Okay, so when you see that when they push some certain value and then loading and then you see the internet open and pass the parameter, so they will actually doing pretty similar in this way, and then later they will have a system call. So if you remember system call and pass it, and also for the variable sometimes like when they create some files, so they will also like push it as a string and then like debug um to it and execute. Okay, so once they complete it, they will return to the like the base pointer and then have a return. So you see they're done and then like go back. So here's the pretty similar structure. Okay, and let's go to the compiler. Okay, jumping. Okay.
But so today we're looking at the malware Steve 0 file, correct?
Yes, we will look at this one. Okay, so let me open it, change it. And for this one, maybe but I want to let you have more like practice and then look at it because like in so I skip the first part is like doing the some basic analysis. So if in case you not quite remember or like don't remember like um what did we do like for the basic stat the analysis. So in our basic static analysis, we always like try to output the string and try to fetch if there's some keywords or some string like sentence like maybe try to connect to the internet, create certain files or they were paying and when you look at the using the TCP view, okay, you'll see localhost and then they will create there's a port open and then as well as a I just show you like internet open function. So all these will be showing it try to create a connection. But because I just quickly jump into this part, so for more like advanced looking for the because I say for advanced that means we need to look at the assembly language and see what they're doing. So this we quickly jump into this part. And let me see if I can find the main right here. One more this one you see. I try to turn off my Windows Defender, but it looks like still working. Okay. If no, then I will reload it one more time. It's too far right here. Just I do it one more time. So this time I will. And we have like the process hacker. So also after this we also will open it. But this time I just show. Hmm. Looks slightly different, but maybe I will show you one more time. Okay, so after this, like mainly you need to open the execute it, and then but I skip some like information. So later if you're able to check it, so we can use another one called the NCAT. So NCAT is a network cat like to showing. So you can pass the parameter, and then if you see the local host, like which port is being opened it, then we can like try to monitor the how it looks like. And then let me switch this page. Okay, let me switch back right here. And let's see if I can. Or let me try to execute one more time, and then you can open the. And as well, I told you like when we I think like we try to create the process. Okay, we have some open my system. Okay, maybe I need to fix it this one. Okay, and I'm asking to download Process Hacker. So this one also is pretty useful and powerful. It looks similar to the process monitor. So it will when we try to execute the files, so we see like what it really like open, and then I will turn on the TCP view. So I will keep monitor. So yeah, feel like for my this snapshot, it looks like I my Windows Defender always like turn on by itself. So I will do it later. And then default. Also, we have another EXE. So we have the cutter. So let me execute one more time. Okay. So in the TCP view right here, so you see you open the port 632. So maybe you can like put it down 632. So we can like change it like this. And okay. To my it looks so pretty weird. And okay. So and then we try to looking for the file because it already blocked, so you cannot see it. But without blocking, so you'll see that before. And then actually what's this execution file actually for the Windows, sometimes if you experience some like crash error, so they say, would you like to report to the Windows the Windows, right? So actually, why they have two names, and like it looks like one is like the spelling so weird under the C drive. Let me open the drive one more time. Let me move on my cursor. Okay, C, and then under C user files. Okay, and then public. Okay, so for the public, it will like sometimes because like for the user they barely like check the folders under this directory, because most of the user they will under your own directory and then all your desktop contents, so they barely check it. So under public, and but I have to put it back. turn off all the Wi-Fi prevention, but still, I'm not sure if others have some similar issue like me. Yes, mine is everything's off, but it's still working. So my system might not has something slightly weird in this moment. And then let me check the files being quarantined will be right here. So this file when we execute, so actually it just like try to create, like we call the process injector, and then we try to create a thread. Okay, so this thread is like under the kind of like in our memory, so it will the mechanic how it works. So like it will based on the original code. So the function we have the original memory and it create a thread. Okay, so if you know the from the OS, so they will create another thread, and this thread will be the infected or like the malware itself. And this we self will like listen to the port and receive some like the commands, and then they can use it to check your Windows system information scan. So that's like how it works. And let's use the cutter and open it one more time. Let me create name Windows and choose it, and let's go to C drive user public. Okay, I'll just see this one open. Okay, so we do the reverse engineering. Okay, right here. Okay, so you see these files, we do have a same like entry point, and then okay, screen might not increase. Okay, okay, and right here is the beginning, or like you can check the graph view. Okay, so but this time I just stay with the camera, and then I would like to show you the main. Okay. Always say when you see the when we loading any exe files, like because you know all the application load into it, so always the style is pretty similar. So they were loading from the EBP ESP. Okay, so this like pretty the same. And then when we move in, so sometimes they will see for this like for some process they try to download when we scan go down, so you see they will try to looking for the LP start address, and then we will passing in this part when we go down a little bit right here, if you remember the LP buffer. Okay, so in this LP buffer, like in the beginning, let me show the compiler. Okay, so it will look better, slightly better. In the beginning of the main, so we have the LP buffer. Actually, it will taking the instruction. Okay, so it will help loading from our original process. So will be the Windows like report library fault. Okay, this exe, and after it execute. So it will like based on the original process, and then we will create the virtual memory, and then we will create a thread. So and and after they create, so it will passing a certain parameters where process memory. Okay, and then they will try to create the remote thread. Okay, so this passing it. So based on you will see the like passing the EDI. So like it's using it's using the EDA, and then we trace back. So it will be like using actually a EDA register. So it's saving the LP start address. So this one LP start address will be the process like beginning address. So this is how it looks like. And then I'll show you the graph. And so in this graph, you will see just like pretty similar as what I say, like in the beginning when we loading the into your stack like this application, and when we start to run it, and mainly because we will have the you will see the LP, so LP buffer. So you will see sometimes they will keep like pushing into is the parameter by process memory, and this process memory they will taking the parameters, and all these parameters they will taking is like based on what you push before. Okay, so including the maybe the if they need to write into the process maybe the handle, and then the only key part is the LP buffer, and then also the LP like base address. So that means the default address right here. And then go back to this part. You will see the more details. It's a longer, so build my is pretty short. Okay, back. Okay, and if you able to check, so even the like open process. Okay, so you will see the open process, and then we will pass the parameter right here, right? So we will try to have a call, and then calling another process, open process, and you will see the open process will pass the push the value is like the dwork, so will be the process ID. So the original process ID will be the report. That means the Windows like report error that process. Okay, and then we have like B inheritance handle, and then by default 0, and then you will see they will decide address. It will be they will try to just go to the address of that will be the 1FFF. So they were passing to this like open process. Okay.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Where would we find this
Okay.
wordflip.exe
Okay. So
in
this one
the
is that you have to. Okay. Let me hide all the contents. Okay. Wait, okay. So you see, I try to unzip the like after I unzip it, so you see the malware stage 0 exe msc. Oh, do you see this file, or like do you put it? And then I remove the extension, change to exe. So will be the exe file, but right now the quarantine, the Windows Defender, it looks so weird in this moment. Okay, so once you change to exe, okay, so once you change to exe, so will be a executable. Okay, open it. So let me close it. Okay, let
Oh,
me
so we're
okay
gonna try and remove
execute
the
it.
remove the
Okay,
MALZ from it and then reanalyze it in Cutter. Is that what we're doing?
yes. After you execute it, there should be a new program, like it's a new executable files under the directory C user public. Okay, if I go to C user and under public, so will be right here. So it's the files like right now I'm talking for the inspection, doing analysis. But why now if you didn't execute, like I say, if you didn't execute, oh, where is it? The exe file, stage 0 right here. If you don't execute it, you won't be able to see this execution file. Okay. So you have to like execute it, and then it will comes out.
Okay, so change it from a exe.malz, delete the
Mhm.
malz, and then execute the file.
Yes.
Okay, okay.
And before you execute, you have to take the snapshot and also make sure your
Network
network
is turned
adapter
on.
is like is hold only. Okay. And also after we execute several times, then also remember to turn off your Windows Defender. Um, for mine, I need to fix it because I just before the class I just restored from my snapshot. So maybe I also need to fix this issue while my Windows Defender is still turning on when I turn off everything. So I hope you're able to see it. And when you try to execute, and then just be ready. So if you but if you don't have a TCP view, or you don't have a process mode, you can do it later next time. But at least you can get the file first, like under the public directory. Could you get? please let me know. Or like if you want, you can share my screen. I can stop. So
I'm
please.
taking
Okay.
notes and taking a snapshot right now.
Okay. Good.
I have the file. I just need to execute it, and I have
Mm-hmm.
TCP view download, so I should have TCP view open
Mm-hmm.
before execution or while.
Um, um, open before you execute. Or if you couldn't see it, you can like execute one more time. So it doesn't matter. Yeah. So let's say if you miss it and then you can like execute one more time. Because my Windows Defender is like blocking it, so I need to put it back and allow the access. Okay, so after you execute, you will see the reform right here. And then this time it changed the pin local port. Okay, and right here, if we going to execute like we using NCAT, we passing MVLP and then 630. Let me see. Execute one more time. Yeah, the Windows they just block it. Okay, I need to put it back. Okay, so if the server they quarantine your files, then you can. So everything is off, but it's still quarantine my files. Okay. So in case your file like being quarantined, so you can like put it back right here. So you can go to action and then just redo it, put it back. And check it one more time. Okay, then execute one more time. Because you can use a search for right here. Execute one more time. I see. Okay, but I keep the previous one. So let's see, because like sometimes the port, so it would like kind of like changing. So you can base on because my why not upstairs like they have some problem because of my Windows Defender they keep on quarantining my files. Okay, and just like back to your question, so when you're asking after you execute the malware stage 0 exe, and then you should go to the C under your C users public folder, and then you get this exe file. Okay, so this one is the executable files like why the names it's just like pretend so why it's so weird because it's pretending as a real font. Okay, so it's the original like Windows report errors um application. Okay, so when you say like detect some error, then would you like to share to Microsoft like this? Okay, so this one is like creating the third the third process. Okay, so and then it will try to listen and then inject files. And that's
I
what
have.
I'm using the cutters to do the inspection. Okay, so
Okay.
you're
I
okay to
I
follow
have
this
the
step. Mhm,
TCP view
mhm,
open, and I
mhm,
edited the file name
mhm,
to only be the .exe. However,
mhm.
it's not letting me. It says this app can't run on this PC.
Oh, okay. Or try not to filter it in this moment and let's see what does it come out. Okay, and your Windows Defender is
It's
off,
turned
right?
off.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
a 10 for it doesn't pop anything. Okay, because my I want to show you, but I don't know why suddenly because before I run it it was fine, but why now
Like
it
I can't execute the file itself. It's just saying that it's
Mhm.
not. it's not being blocked by Defender. It's just saying that the file is
Mhm.
not executable, I guess.
Not execute. But which file? You say this one?
The no, the one before that.
Okay, before will be my desktop stage zero, like this one. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So you already removed the extension, so it's just like .exe, right?
Correct. So I
Okay.
when I put it on my desktop, it was
Mm-hmm.
exe.malz, and then
Mm-hmm.
I just removed the malz.
Dot mlc. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's
So
the correct way to edit it, or is there another way that it should be done?
it should be the correct way. So but does it pop out to say, okay, you will apply the new extension?
I believe it did.
Oh, okay. Let me show you this one. Let's say, okay, I'm loading on my MS. Okay, so if let's say I delete it, change to exe, so why not the extend exe? So they say, okay, because the file name extension
Yes.
changes, so it will be unusable. So I say yes, I still change it, and then you see it's a exe file.
Yes.
Okay, so after you like double click execute it, and then it will going to execute certain things. But because my Windows Defenders just keep I quarantine the files. Okay.
I'm gonna delete this copy that I have and then re-unzip it and put it on my desktop again and see
Yeah,
if
yeah, you can try again. Okay. So suppose you should be like able to execute it and then you will be able to find the refill, this one. So when you see the spelling so weird, it's just like pretending the original one. Okay. And then try to open it using cutter. Because I think because the time's running so fast. Okay. So let me go back to the files one more time and then just because try to like give some like background information and then like telling what it's doing for this like return. So for some details you can like search maybe like when I give you the assignment like including these two files and it will mainly telling you okay so for the one of it if you're able to find is like with the internet open so you will see like actually all the push like I want to let you know like when we pass the parameters and you see the register once we pass the they will always match the number okay and then if you need to trace like what's the beginning like what they keep in the beginning, like what's the EX, what they store, sometimes they will decay in the beginning. So what's the beginning, just like right here, like on the top, they would like decay it, or let's go to the main, we try to search the main. Okay, so maybe sometime for the main they would like already tell you what's the LP address would be a step plus like 8 like this. Okay, and sometimes you will see when we loading in main function, if you remember main function right here, main function, and then you will see we will pass some called the arguments, right? So the argument will be also like possible. So passing like pushing save in the exe file. Okay, ex register. Okay. And for this one, we are working is like you will see mainly is the LP like process start address. So because we say it's the process injector, okay, so it's an injection to the like original process before the Microsoft error reporting um application. So it will like look at the original copy based on original like location, and then they create the virtual memory, okay, the virtual part, and then this thread will um like start with the so you see the LP buffers and then loading all this like EX will be the EAP buffer and then the ESI and then load like they will getting the virtual memory location as what I say and then if you see the 1FFF right here so when we try to open the process so here's like some like keywords we need to pay attention. Okay, and could you able to get the are you restarting it? Restore from your
yes,
image?
I
Okay.
redid the image and I was able to For a second, I think it got blocked. I have to do Windows Defender again because
Okay,
it
okay.
popped up in the public, the where for.
Okay, okay, good. Maybe in this moment, because I feel like yes, because I feel like VM, like when I install, and then I have some issue with it, so maybe I need to fix it. Okay, after class. Okay, and um, if you want to like check it in this moment, you can go to the like protection history, and then scroll down a little bit. You will see the some like block um they already blocked it, so you can like have click the action. So this one you see that affected items, so you can check the one we. So this one is the desktop two files, and then the one I already restored should be under the public. Okay, so you can like click restore like this, like click on it and then reinstall. So you can like use the cutter to inspect it, open it. Okay,
Okay, yep, it's
yeah,
back. Okay.
yeah, and actually, suppose right now would be your time to fix it. And then we have the process mon. Let's see. Okay, so right here in the process mon, so I would like go to the you can maybe check the memories. So in the memory, okay, so the last part, so you will see that this one before this one. And then most of the time when we look at the like base memory looking, and then for the protect, they here, let's say, and but when we access the memory, there mainly will be including like read and write sometimes. Let me double click like short the memory like protection. So sometimes there will be like read maybe like with the read write permission. If you still remember the that I am the like read and write, that means like we allow some process like allowed to write into the memory, right? And then sometimes like maybe just like read and execute. Okay, read and execute, and or just read only. But you will see one things looks pretty weird. Okay, this one is read write X. So it grants all the permission. And this permission actually it will be creating the application thread. So we'll be using like right here in this part. Okay, right now you maybe have like no idea, but it's a hex. But just like letting you know. So when they try to when we like try to execute from the original one and then create the thread process. So actually for this part they try to like create injecting like the process right here. So that's why I'm telling you to use the process hacker tool. So this one to like check the process. So it looks like pretty similar to our task manager. Okay. Do you have this one?
For is that the Prosmon?
This one not the process one. So it's like another one. It's called the process hacker.
I've not quite
Not
got
yet
that. I'll
installed.
have
Okay,
to.
so I can type the name so you can search it. Um, install it
Yeah,
later. Yeah.
yeah. I'll have to install it later because then I'll have to re-snapshot and then access internet and whatnot.
Okay, yes, yeah, I understand. Yep.
Process
And
checker too. Okay.
yes, and then you will see the here's the link. Also can post the link. So you can install it in your VM. Okay, this one is like going to install in your VM. But still because it depends on your system, because when I using my Mac is a VM version. Right now they doesn't support it because mine is a M4, so they doesn't support like let me to copy and paste or like drag the file into the VM. So I have to like search inside. Okay, and then when you like open the process hacker, so once like you install it, I have a shortcut on the desktop, so you can like open it, and then you can like keep checking what the service. So once you execute the okay, so everything's under quarantine. Okay, so all the files they got. Okay, so you can like double click the process, and then you can go to your like maybe the beginning is the journal. Okay, so you will see the original files is C Windows system like under 64, so it's a brief one. So this one is to we like report the fault files like by the Windows, but under the C. So here's the whole thing. It's like it's the original, like it's a normal application, like using by Microsoft to let the user or like to your system to report certain error. Okay, but for this malware, so it's going to like create another application file. So the name looks pretty similar, but the spelling are not exactly same. And then it will like based on the original one, like you do the process injection, so create the like virtual memory. So right here, so you can keep the memory, and then once you double click and then like reshort it, okay, and you'll find that like read write execute. So mainly it's this part. Okay. Then you may ask a question like how can I know? And pretty common, like you see if you scroll down, read, and then there's some of them maybe just like read write only. But why this one is so weird? Because like why you require to like have a read write execute when all the access. Okay. So this one, that's why like it draws our attention. Okay. And like in actually in this part that how they inject this um into like create a thread on the original one. Okay, then I can close it and then build my network. For the testing, actually for the netcat also we can like trading port, but this one will be move on to our more advanced like dynamic analysis like to check it. Okay, so just like be ready. And then graph mode. Okay. Oh, this is one thing we're going to use for the anchor. Anchor will be should be come with the any system. So if you try to type it, you should able to see it's like listening. Okay, so will be under like this one MS. So let's see if you have it or not. Okay, so you can prepare for the later for the lab. And then let me go back to the graph. But this one like pretty straightforward, and when we loading mainly will be you see the address will be this part. Okay, and I think it's almost the time, so I know you're like also like working on it, so busy. So do you have any other question? If no, then I will um let you to still keep on doing your things, and I will upload the kind of like new assignment. Actually, you just like do the all the screenshot and answer the questions. Let me switch back. Let me, I will share it to your the one. Okay, right here. Okay, so it will including like I will asking using the download the cutters and then like taking some screenshots and then try to looking for some like basic information. Let's say if you check the design DSMB or like the compiler view or like the graph. Okay, so what kind of information you got, and then based on this, like maybe have some question asking you. So maybe what's this file returns, what the hash. So you can just answer this question. Okay, and then put all your screenshot. Okay, so basically just like based on your observation and then the information you see. So put down the screenshot, like just tell me where is it. Will be okay. Okay. So it's mostly even though it's I call it assignment, but it's just that related to the lab. Okay. So that you have some certain progress. And if you don't have any other question, then I think it's all. I will end our lab like today's lecture.
I don't have
Right here.
any questions about I was able to follow on for the majority of everything, so thank you, sir, for walking through on that.
Mm-hmm.
Can I ask a question about
Yep.
digital forensics?
Okay. Yep. Sure.
I
You
know
can
that
ask.
the midterms for malware and digital forensics, and I think somebody else said that we all had the like similar time frames to take these
Mm-hmm.
midterms, and I was wondering, I think I got an F on the midterm. And I think it
Oh,
might have been somebody had said something about the last question being worth
yes,
a
yes,
lot of
true.
a lot
Yeah.
of questions. And I
I
know that I thought I had double checked between malware and
mhm,
digital forensics. One's 352 and one's 452, I believe.
mm-mm. Ah, if for those like I also realized this question because some student they report to me they have some issue, but some when I check they got like pretty high, like almost like 90 something because they make the last question correct. Okay, so um because I this we have realized because when I try to import the question like because change the format I don't know there's something tricky. So they maybe change the default answer. Like I know some students, they say like keep repeating, like even I have another copy. So maybe some student they're loading my like before they overwrite. So I know there's some issue, but I try to log into it and I will modify your grade. So if you just like just click it incorrect, then I will or like sometimes maybe the system like sometimes um suppose like I ask your digital phone that what's the cost code, maybe you choose it correctly it's free 52, but I don't know the answer, they always say giving the first one, then I will give you the I will change the grade. Okay, so you don't have to worry.
Okay.
Yeah, so for that part, so it was really, so I will check it. Okay, so if you didn't see the update of grade, you can just show me an email and let me know. Okay, could you like double check? Okay, and suppose because for some student they send me an email, they have concern why they only have like 40% or somehow, but that means they are kind of like all correct. Okay, so but mainly because the last question. Okay, it
Okay.
messed up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense. Thank you,
Yeah,
sir.
okay, yeah. So if you are getting F because like that, because like that's why I say because it's meaningless. Like to me, I don't think like if because the passing is around like at least you getting D or pass like 50 to 60%. So that's why I give you one question to pass it. But I don't know why this time it have some issue. Yeah. Okay. But only some students because other students they all good. So okay. So I will help you to fix it. Okay. So I will fix this part. Okay.
All right. Thank
Okay.
you, sir.
So okay, no problem. Okay. Hope you enjoy your day. Thank
All right,
you.
yes, sir. You do the same
Okay.
now.
Okay. Okay. Have a good one. Bye.